So I just be like, ugh. You gotta know how to operate in certain situations. We're gonna play this one. This is gonna play the other video. Now, this person right here is directing it towards black men, but this could be used. This is pretty used for all men. Now we make this joke. The people that hate on us want to make the joke. Oh, go touch grass. But this is the one time that I might say I'm agree with them and tell them like, yo, they're right. You know what I'm saying? We need to touch grass and go on. This guy kind of explains it right here. Um, but pretty much what I'm trying to say, go outside. Get outside of your room. We like to be boxed up in a cage as men. Go outside. Go outside someplace and chill.
If you are so-called African American, or you have that melanin, you need to be in the sun at least 2 hours a day, direct sunlight. I don't recommend you get in the sun when it's high noonday, because it still can burn you whether you got melanin or not. So I say as soon as you get up, once you stretch and you drink your juice, your H3O2 or your H2O, what you will call spring water, immediately go outside. Jumpstart your organs, your eternal organs. For everybody else, they call them internal organs. We are eternal people. Drink your water, jumpstart the organs, because water is a conductivity or a conduit for electricity. Then go outside and get the electric from the sun. 2 hours. That will heal your body alone. Next is after that. So we got fire. So we're going to heal through the elements. Next is going to be earth. What I was just talking about, grounding, being in nature. There's something that happened to the psychological process of our brains just by looking at green trees. Literally, it makes you happy. There is something called nature deficiency orders. Look it up. You can Google it right now on your iPad. It's called nature deficiency order, where people go through a psychological depression and they don't realize why. And then they go into nature for 2 hours a day, and everything and all those suicidal thoughts that they was going through, they don't have them anymore. So they were literally, it's called nature deficiency order, right? So get in nature. Not only get in nature, eat from nature. Natural organic things that grow from nature. Fruits, berries, melons, vegetables, limited seeds, limited nuts, and limited grains. These things are very good for the body, and it brings on a detoxification. So we got fire, which is the sun. We got earth, which is everything that she grows inside of earth, and grounding, connecting with earth. You can lay on earth. These things will actually discharge all the negative protons in the body and all the positive protons in the body and bring in negative electrons to make your body more ionic, for it can be more in a balance of homeostasis. If you are so-called African American,
And
or
I
you
like a lot of the stuff he was talking about on there, which is a lot of truth, which is true. I mean, we're gonna break some of this stuff down, but look, that whole I'm gonna go beyond that because he's talking about being nature and stuff like that, which you should be in nature. Like when they say touch grass, they actually on to something. They actually on to something. Go outside, check out nature, work out. Like I go hit the gym, but I like to go to the park at least once a week, and I do martial arts. I like to practice my martial arts by myself at the park or walk around the forest or whatever at least once a week. Go outside, and I'm gonna take it further. When you go out and you deal with people as well, you go out, you deal with people. I go to a hookah bar, and I've talked about this a few times, where I talk to all the women in the hookah bar. I'll even try to hit on some of them, the women, and the way I'm doing, I'm old school, so I know how to flirt and I know how to do all that stuff. But I'm able to, what I'm saying, I'm so used to, okay, either the girls ignore me or whatever, that I don't sweat. I don't sweat none of the stuff. I can see that, like especially when I'm intaking the red pill. I don't sweat women ignoring me or being MGTOW. I don't sweat women ignoring me, or I don't sweat like okay, a woman rejects me or whatever. I go and have good conversation. I talk to them what I need to talk to them about. If they don't want to talk to me, that's fine. I don't want to hear their problems. I don't want to hear their problems. They most likely don't want to hear mine. That's cool. The problem is what we have today is a lot of men they a lot of younger men, they're not used to being ignored. You know what I'm saying? They're not used to men usually we don't get attention that much. We get less attention than a lot of these women, and a lot of times we can be lonely. So I get why young men can be angry and what I'm saying, suicidal or whatnot. But unfortunately, it's because we stay inside a lot. A lot of us guys who take this red pill and MGTOW, we like to stay inside. We like to keep to ourselves. We like to be in our own box, which is nothing wrong with that. But you got to you got to get out the box sometimes. You got to get out the box. And if you don't get out the box, your reality is going to be warped. And then when you actually have to get out the box, and experience the world, you're gonna be very confused. You might be angry and you might be destructive. There's a lot of reason why these dudes like Elliot Rogers and all that type of stuff was. I should do a breakdown of that dude Elliot Rogers because his story is actually pretty crazy. I actually, I'm not. I'll talk about it another time. Maybe when I talk about Elliot Rogers and how it led to me it's swallowing the red pill. But he was in his own world. He may have went to college, but he was coddled. He was in his own box. He was in his own world. Then we actually went to college, and he thought, "Oh, I'm handsome, and girls are just going to talk to me." He didn't know how to really operate with women. He didn't know how to talk to women. I think he only had one female friend when he was a kid. He didn't know how to talk to women, and then that pissed him off. But a lot of the stuff is you got to get out of the box. You got to go out sometimes. You got to travel. I know traveling is a modern women thing. You don't have to travel like them all the time, but you got to go out and travel and go and learn, get new experiences and stuff. Because if you don't, you're gonna warp your sense of reality, and you're just gonna be one angry dude for real. And it could be mad. It could lead you to destruction.
You have that melanin. You need to be in the sun at least 2 hours a day, direct sunlight. I don't recommend you get in the sun when it's high noon day because it still can burn you whether you got melanin or not. So I say as soon as you get up, once you stretch and you drink your juice, your H3O2 or your H2O, what you will call spring water, immediately go outside. Jumpstart your organs, your eternal organs. For everybody else, they call them internal organs. We are eternal people. Drink your water, jumpstart the organs because water is a conductivity or conduit for electricity. Then go outside and get the electric from the sun. 2
I
hours.
like that. I like that advice. I like that advice right there. I'm gonna start doing that because I do drink a lot of water, but I don't be going out in the sun like that. I don't really go out in the sun like that. If I go out, it'd be like evening time. Now I do go out, but when I go out, it'd be like evening time or like 4 or 5, something like that. So I don't really get the full sun treatment. But I like that. And then I also notice my mood as well. When I stay in the house all day, my mood is low. But when I go out and I intake that sun and everything like that, I do have a different mood. So he has a good point for that.
Hours. That will heal your body alone. Next is after that. So we got fire. So we're going to heal through the elements. Next is going to be earth. What I was just talking about, grounding, being in nature. There's something that happened to the psychological process of our brains just by looking at deficiency orders. Look it up. You can Google it right now on your iPad. It's called nature deficiency order, where people go through a psychological depression and they don't realize why. And then they go into nature for 2 hours a day and everything and all those suicidal thoughts that they was going through, they don't have them anymore. So they were literally, it's called nature deficiency order. Right?
And I can agree with him on that, man. I can agree with him on that. Before I took the red pill, when I was a blue pill simp, chasing these modern women, I used to be very depressed. Like I was seriously depressed. Like go if you are on my Facebook and you scroll through my Facebook from 2019, from 2018 below or whatever, I used to talk about I used to be talking about self deletion. I used to talk about self deletion a lot. For real. I used to talk about self deletion a lot. But when I used to go out but I used to go and walk. I used to go and walk, go to the park. I was talking about. I used to go to the park and walk around. And then when I would walk around, when I'd be depressed, I'd be like, man, I'd be enjoying nature. I'd be feeling better. And then I'd be finding new experiences. I remember I walked in the park, ended up walking up to the other side of the park and finding a whole flea market. I'm like, oh shit. What the hell is this? Shout out to Mr. Good. Spend your points. Yep, spend your points. We were just talking about it on the show. Shout out to Zone. He said you gotta go in nature butt naked though to get. Oh, hmm. That's that does makes a lot of sense. That does make a lot of sense. I know it sounds funny, but you have a point though. You got a point though. This is why you'll see me on my lives in the morning when I'm outside. Ah, okay, I see you, Zone. Word, I see you, Zone. I do be noticing that you be outside in your lives. Yeah, that's see. Okay, you got it. Word.
Right? So get in nature. Not only get in nature, eat from nature. Natural organic things that grow from nature. Fruits, berries, melons, vegetables, limited seeds, limited nuts, and limited grains. These things are very good for the body and it brings on a detoxification. So we got fire, which is the sun. We got earth, which is everything.
And I gotta agree with him on that as well. I'm a vegetarian, and this is not me trying to be like, oh, meat is terrible or whatever. You can eat meat if you want. I just don't eat dead flesh. I'm not an animal rights. I'm not an animal rights vegetarian. I'm a health nut vegetarian. If meat didn't mess up my body, oh, I'll be eating meat. Don't get it twisted. I'll be having a good old mother. I'll be having a good steak, a good burger. Don't get it twisted. I just can't eat that stuff. Now my stomach is. I can't eat that stuff. Like if I eat a burger, I'm gonna throw it up. That shit makes me sick. I can't eat that. But ever since I changed my diet to eat like fruits and vegetables and to eat meatless or whatever, I've noticed a change in my thought patterns, in my thought process. I'm definitely less depressed. I'm definitely less angry than how I used to be when I used to eat meat and stuff like that. Because I can go all day by eating meat. And I used to watch. I watched this guy named Pharaoh said that on YouTube, and he actually broke down, spiritually, physically, mentally, why you should stop eating meat, which made me like, oh, I can't even eat a burger no more. I can't even eat no chicken no more. I'm done. I can't eat none of this. I can't eat no dead. Cause I don't even call it meat. I'll call it dead flesh. I'll call it dead flesh. Anyway, but once you change your diet and eat more fruits and vegetables and nuts and things of that nature, um, you're going to see more benefits. Even if you still eat meat, the problem we have today. Real quick. I'm gonna go into why there's a lot of problems when we eat meat. Real quick, the problem we have today is that we have an overconsumption of meat. It's not even that eating meat is the problem. It's we have overconsumption. We don't eat meat with vegetables, with a side of vegetables. It's always either meat on top of meat, meat with fries, meat with soda, meat with juice. It's never meat with broccoli, meat with carrots, meat with celery, meat. It's never that. So we don't even get the balance of meat and the balance of meat to vegetable ratio. So eating meat mentally can mess up your brain. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing that's gonna it'll make the stream a lot longer if I break that down. I might do a separate stream on that. I might do a separate stream on that. But if you change your diet to include more vegetables, what I'm trying to say is, if you change your diet to include more vegetables and more nuts in your diet, you're mentally going to feel a lot different, and you're mentally going to feel a lot better. All right, Mr. Goodbread said he's right. Some people need to step barefoot on grass and dirt. Too much rubber to soul. Get back grounded. Yeah. Yep. Yep. We're cut off from the ground. You're definitely right, Mr. Goodbread. I'm the same way as well. Like I don't never go out and touch the ground like that with my bare feet. So I need to do that myself. I love walking barefoot in the grass backyard. See, yep, word. See, I need to do that. I don't ever do that. I need to start doing that myself. So I like that y'all do that. Saying to anything but the everyday concrete. Yeah, yep. I totally agree. Because I like going on the beach and putting my feet in the sand and everything like that. And I definitely feel the difference when I go out to the beach and I put my feet on the sand. You definitely right, Mr. Goodbread. Let's see what's on set. All right, because we are to me. Yo, you stupid, bro. But I might do a stream. I might do a stream talking about that. I don't have any videos for it, and so it might be like me just talking or whatever. But meat definitely plays into a lot of the reason why things are going down. To why a lot of men are more violent now. A lot of more women are violent now. A lot of reason why women are masculine, and the reason why men are feminine. Also, a lot of reason why uh, a lot of people are becoming homosexual now. Meat plays a part into that. So pause. Pause. Let me put that in there. But uh it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Well, let's finish this up.
Everything that she grows inside of Earth and grounding, connecting with Earth, you can lay on Earth. These things will actually discharge all the negative protons in the body and all the positive protons in the body and bring in negative electrons to make your body more ionic, for it can be more in a balance of homeostasis. If you are
Word. That's definitely good advice. I'm gonna have to start. I definitely do walk in nature, but I'm gonna have to start actually embracing nature. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually have to start embracing more nature. All right.